live from Mnet's room.
Good evening, it's a great day.
This is Abdul Muhaimin,
And this is Nur Aina.
serving you the hottest and the most leading news of the hour.
Your news is our business.
There's a fire killed 23 people at Tafis Darul Quran, Ittifaqiyah. And obesity ring alarm bells in Malaysia.
In Brazil, Vaca drought outbreak. In Mexico, powerful earthquake strike near Mexico City. And in USA, Sheeran injured his hands.
Landslide blocks traffic on the main highway of Malaysia and traffic jam at Kerala Highway.
First news. Shell's Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix 2017 Sepang International Circuit. Swimming men's 400 meter individual medley final game record 29 SEA Games 2017. And tune in for today's weather forecast.
23 people in the Tafis at Datuk Kraman is believed the work of several teenagers. The Tafis school fire that killed 23 people in Datuk Kraman is believed to have been the work of several teenagers who had disagreement with the school students. It is learned that a police probe on 7 teenagers arrested in connection with the incident revealed that they had used cooking gas and petrol to start the blaze. Sources say the teenagers, aged between 12 and 18, had told police that 5 of the suspects were angry with the school student following a name-calling incident. 2 of them had initially planned to break into the school to steal the students' handphones. When they gathered at an eatery beside a premises near the school early Thursday morning, the suspects had discussed about burning the school as revenge. 2 of them went to buy petrol. About 4:30 a.m., the boys then gathered at a field behind the Tafi school, before 3 of them sneaked into the school. Sources said the suspects, upon finding out that the hostel's door was locked, returned downstairs. They broke into a food kiosk nearby, where they stole 2 cooking gas cylinders. 3 of them then took the cylinders to the 3rd floor of the hostel. 1 of them poked the cylinder's head to release the gas. They then poured petrol on the staircase, starting from the 3rd floor before igniting the petrol using a lighter. The teens then fled the scene on motorcycles. Attempts to get official confirmation on the latest updates have yet to be fruitful, as police top guns remain tight-lipped. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Dato' Amar Singh is expected to speak on the case during a press conference.
In Malaysia, obesity has rapidly increasing for the last few years. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's health minister has given warning that the country is in the midst of an obesity epidemic, with almost half the country overweight or obese. It is shown that almost 80% of the country, or more than 5 million people, can be classed as obese. A further 3% are overweight. Like so much of the developed world, waistlines have been expanding, but it is the rate at which the kilos have been going on that is alarming the government. 20 years ago, only 4.4% of Malaysians were considered obese. A decade later, that had jumped to 14%. As Subramaniam, the health minister, told Al Jazeera, the Southeast Asian country very culture is part of the problem. We are very multicultural, and we have a great variety of foods, and the culture of eating is part and parcel of daily life, he said. The type of food we eat is very high calories, and we have to concede we eat more food than we need. Many traditional Malaysian dishes are enriched with high calories ingredients such as palm and coconut oil. A favorite Malaysian sweet, which is kuih, is made from glutinous rice, sugar, and coconut oil. Obesity is normally called on a percentage scale of the body mass index, or BMI. This is calculated by a person's weight in kilos divided by their height in meters square. A BMI between 18.5 to 25 is considered normal. Between 25 to 30 is overweight, and over 30 obese. Yi Seong Ti, the president of the Malaysian Nutrition Society, says the key to keep getting Malaysians to slim down is through education. I think the solution must be in educating the young people now, from example, primary school children, he says. If we educate the 10-year-olds and the 11-year-olds now, they will become adults later on, and 20 years later, they will be healthier adults. less obese, less overweight, and healthier Malaysians. For his part, Subramaniam says that in addition to the amount of food being consumed, people are leading a more sedentary lifestyle and their jobs do not involve any activities. People need to become more calories conscious about the foods they put in their mouths. Nor does the urban lifestyle in Malaysia encourage activity. Town planning is often focused on the car and more roads than pedestrian areas. People have preferred to drive than use their own foot. Subramaniam says people need to walk more and drive less. And now for international news, we will pass it to Nabila Aisyah.
Thank you. I'm NurNabilah Aisyah. Appearing on the Jalatul Roadshow, the pop star from Birmingham spoke about the accident which has seen him cancel performances on his upcoming tour. The pop star from Birmingham spoke about the accident which has seen him cancel performance on his upcoming tour. He said, "I broke my wrist, my elbow and my rib. I came off a bike quite fast. I was in Suffolk. The thing is, when it happened, I got up and was like that hurt, and then cycled to the pub, went home, went to sleep, and then woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, in a lot of pain, and then went to the hospital." He joked that he drank Adnams in the pub, which has seemingly detracted from the pain he must have been in after the crash. Sheeran added, "I was with a few people. They didn't even see the fall. Sheeran added, "I was with a few people. They didn't even see the fall. They were really far in front of me. It wasn't my bike. It was brand new brakes. I was borrowing the bike." This is the first time the singer has had to cancel gigs because of something affecting him directly. "I do a one-man show, so me not having my arms is half of the show. So I have had to postpone a couple of shows, which sucks," he said. "I tried to say I will carry on doing shows, but they said if I put any more stress on it, I might not be able to play guitar again, so it's good to be sensible." On the subject of his recovery, he said, "They are saying 4 weeks and then we will look at it." On the subject of his recovery, he said, "They are saying 4 weeks and then we will look at it." He admitted he didn't wear a helmet or pads when he crashed and added, "I don't think I'm going to cycle for a while. I've got quite a big tour next year." During the interview, Ed also talked about winning big at the Q Awards, Skinny's new music video, and Darker Side of Fame. It's joined on the show by Rita Ora, Gordon Ramsay, and Russell Howard. Fiction is now becoming a reality. A new drug called Flaka or Cloud9 is turning everyday humans into zombie-like creatures. A new drug called Flaka or Cloud9 is turning everyday humans into zombie-like creatures. This drug is similar to the makeup in bath salt and bath products, except with a very different chemical makeup with even more fatal and serious side effects. The side effects of this intense drug are increased heart rate, inclined emotions, and even, if enough is digested, lifelike hallucinations. The user can even have cannibal-like tendencies or lose its mind due to the intense damage it does to the brain. Multiple sightings have been reported in Brazil on October 2, 2017. Other outbreaks have been cited in Florida. These ones, humans are now acting like monsters. Some videos were even showing the user bashing its head on a bus windshield. These users can even want to eat other humans, in fact like zombies. The drug is being produced in China for $5 a dose. The drug looks pink or white and comes in pellets that can be mistaken for fishball pellets. Mexico hit by powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake, killing more than 225 people. Magnitude shook buildings in Mexico City, the U.S. Geological Survey said. Thousands of people fled office buildings and hugged to calm each other along Mexico City's Central Reforma Avenue as alarms blared, and traffic stopped around the Angel of Independence monument. Mexico City is built on formulaic bed, and the soil is known to amplify the effects of earthquakes even hundreds of miles away. A magnitude 7.1 earthquake rocked central Mexico on Tuesday, killing at least 226 people as buildings collapsed in plumes of dust. Thousands fled into the streets in Spain, and many stayed to help rescue those trapped. The quake came less than 2 weeks after another quake left 90 dead in the country's south, and it occurred as Mexicans commemorated the anniversary of a 1985 quake that killed thousands. Dozens of buildings collapsed into mounds of rubble or were severely damaged in the densely populated parts of Mexico City and nearby states. A column of smoke rose from a structure in one central neighborhood in the capital. Morales government Greco Ramirez reported on Twitter that at least 42 people had died in his state south of Mexico City. At least 11 others died in Puebla State, according to Francisco Sanchez, spokesman for the state's Interior Department. Governor Alfredo del Mazo said at least 8 had died in the state of Mexico, which also bordered. Governor Alfredo del Mazo said at least 8 had died in the state of Mexico, which also borders the capital. Thank you, that's all from me, back to the studio.
And now for the traffic news, we will pass it to Amir, who's on the scene right now.
Thank you. My name is Amir. This is Traffic News. Traffic on all major highways remain at a crawl from Sili River to Sungkai, Bidor to Tapah, Tapah to Gopeng, and Jelapang to Sungai Perak due to a high volume of vehicles. The Malaysian Highway Authority (LLM) also reported on its Twitter account that there were delays from Jawi to Bukit Tambun and after the Jurutol heading to Perai. On the Karak Highway, traffic is busy from Genting Sempah to Bukit Tinggi all the way to Bentong. Meanwhile, traffic is also slow moving heading to Kuala Terengganu on the East Coast Expressway and in Pahang from Kuala Lupis to Pahang Tengku and Lurah Bilut to Raub. Southbound traffic towards Negeri Sembilan and Melaka is smooth flowing, although there continues to be delays at the Johor Causeway on all lanes towards Singapore. 5 p.m. Heavy rain triggered a landslide along a main highway in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The landslide strikes a section of Muhammarah Highway, causes massive traffic jams 1 kilometer from the Parliament building. Heavy downpours loosen soil, destabilizing the hill slope. The soil is saturated after rainwater, causes groundwater to rapidly rise. The groundwater reduces the internal shear strength of the soil. A landslide is triggered when gravity and hydraulic pressure from rainwater overwhelms the soil. Resistant debris and soil covered all lanes, bringing traffic to a standstill. The slope was undergoing stabilization works, which is scheduled to be complete in March. No casualties were reported. Thank you. Back to the studio.
Kuala Lumpur. It was a little bit suicidal in the last 25 meter for Malaysian swimming ace Wilson Sim, who made a mad dash to touch the wall in the men's 200 meter freestyle final at the National Aquatic Centre, Kuala Lumpur, Sport City, Bukit Jalil tonight.
Splash his way to a new games record after painful circumstances with a time of 1 minute 47.49 seconds to erase the previous record of 1 minute 48.96 seconds set by Vietnam's Wang Chui Pop in the 2015 Singapore SEA Games. In the men's 200 meter freestyle today, the record holder Huang, who bagged the silver medal, was just 0.58 seconds behind Wilson, while Yeo Chuan Kai of Singapore took bronze with a time of 1 minute 48.98 seconds. His teammate and senior swimmer Daniel Bego, who qualified in 5th place in the heat earlier today, did not compete due to food poisoning and replaced by Indonesian Putra Muhammad Randa, who finished 8th with a time of 2 minutes 2.23 seconds. Meanwhile, national swimming coach Paul Birmingham confirmed that Bigo was suffering from food poisoning and could not swim in the final. Ducati's Andrea Dovizioso keep his slender MotoGP title chance alive on Sunday as he won the Malaysian Grand Prix. The Italian finished ahead of his teammate Jorge Lorenzo and Master Teach 3S Johan Zarco in Sepang. Dovizioso's win means Honda Marc Marquez, who finished 4th, still has work to do before he can celebrate a 4th world title. He has a 21 point lead heading into the final race of the season in Valencia. Elsewhere, it was a tough day for Yamaha's Valentino Rossi as he dropped from 4th on the grid to eventually finish in 7th. With the title within touching distance for Marquez, it would not have been a major surprise to see him play it sensibly in the early stage of the race. But the Honda star starting in 7th launched a bold move into turn 1, temporarily moving into first place. In the end, after running wide, he dropped into 3rd ahead of title rival Dovizioso. Knowing he needed to get past the Honda.
Thank you. Report from Nur Aina Nazirah. Back to studio.
Thank you for watching Ab.net News. Your news is our business.
God bless, keep safe, and stay tuned for tomorrow weather forecast.
Thank you.